Let's see if it works. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the RationalInvestor.com's. What is this? So this is TRI Crypto Countdown. TRI Crypto Countdown. Counting down. I think we also call it the TRI Crypto. I think they call it like the Top 100 Review. We call it the Adam Show because Adam's always here right off the bat. There's Adam. Our Wednesday look at crypto. Monday to Friday, of course, we have our daily briefs. And Sunday, of course, we have the Broiler Chicken Show. You've probably watched that before. And Wednesday nights, it's all about crypto. Get to talk to a couple site members. One gentleman who's actually, I think, working his way through the level 3 program now with us, Ben. Ben, are you here this evening?
I am. Yeah, I'm taking a hiatus between levels, so I'm actually going through and redigesting all of the course material from level 2.
Yeah, I would
But
imagine. I mean, gee whiz, there is sure a lot of information to digest, eh?
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but
I'm in no
you went
rush.
and I guess grandfathered yourself on the site just by getting all the courses all bought and paid for, eh?
Right.
So
Yeah,
that's probably not a bad
yeah,
idea. But
yeah.
anyway, how are you this fine, sir? Or this fine evening, sir?
I'm doing very well. Yeah,
Excellent,
yeah.
cool.
Always happy to be here.
And then we have Paul, the Romanian Nightmare, who's, I guess you could say he's working his way through the education program. Paul, are you here this evening?
Yeah, good morning.
There he is. Good
It's
morning.
morning
It's
for
morning
me.
for him in Romania, of course. My
Yeah, that's what
apologies.
I am. So,
How are you this fine morning? Are the birds chirping?
yeah, I was just waking up and I'm looking at the charts now.
I guess, is it still dark? Has the sun come
Yeah,
up yet?
yeah. And
All
this
right.
time of year, yeah, definitely.
Has the weather started to turn there? Is it getting a little chilly?
Yep.
Is it? Yeah, I would guess. How are you doing in Florida these days? You recovering from the rainstorms, Ben?
Yeah, we were quite fortunate. So yeah, there was nothing over our way that really affected us.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
Does it even get chilly there in the wintertime, or does it always just sort of say subtropical?
it gets chilly to us.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I
It
suppose from
doesn't take much.
Australia.
Yeah, I mean, I think especially being in Florida, you get that humidity, so just a bit of cold temperature. Everyone's got their jumpers on and their beanies,
Uh,
so I'll be looking like a bank robber here in a month or so.
well, that's just COVID, right? So we all look like I think. Yeah, you know what's so funny is that they used to always joke about how people wearing masks, right? They weren't. You were trying to hide your identity. You were trying to hide something. So people who wore balaclavas were always considered very sort of sinister, and now that's actually the norm. So sad.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
well.
encouraged.
Encouraged, yeah. All right. Well, welcome back to the Frivolity Gentleman. And as I said, Adam was there bright and right on the spot before we even got the show going, saying good evening. So hello, Adam. In fact, actually, I don't know whether you saw Adam or not, but Josh used one of your clips from your interview that you did with us in Portugal. And I have to say, it was very, very well received. People really, really liked it. A lot of positive feedback. Of course, I can never find out where the hell the damn thing was. But I hope you got to see that. You say, I did see it. Josh is the man. Yeah, so cool. I don't know where it is. I've got it on here somewhere. You know, I'm terrible at finding these silly tweets on the fly. But I was very, very impressed with the job. Not only your interview, I mean, I think you're a swell guy as it is, but also too just I was reading tonight. Somebody said it's so important to just surround yourself with good people, the like-minded people that have that same message. And I got to tell you, when I was in Portugal there, it was such a treat just hanging out with all of you guys. Just really good people. Just, so pleased. So anyway, thank you again. I keep mentioning Adam was the one who actually insisted on us staying in the mansion in Oliveira de Hospital, and that was a lot of fun. Anybody who was on that trip, I suppose I should probably have a bevy of pictures at my disposal. Anyway, moving on. Welcome back to the Frivolity, everybody. I suppose here is our Bitcoin price chart. For our last meeting was here on Wednesday the 5th. Here we are Wednesday the 12th. Interestingly enough, if I'm not mistaken, I think both of my cohorts were rather bullish. And I don't know whether I was cautionary or not. Let's go see. What did we have here? Oh, Brian had a 1, so Brian was thinking up. You're going to give us a minus of 5.9%, eh? You're going to go the whole way. I didn't know when I was drawing this out, whoever drew this up. I wasn't quite sure exactly what numbers to work with here. So, all three of us were wrong. Way to go, guys. Jeez, we're batting 1,000 here.
Yeah. Yoo-hoo.
Good contrarian indicator.
I suppose the fact that both of you were so uber bullish should have been a bit of a cautionary note, but nonetheless, here we are. And if I'm not mistaken, actually, Paul does a really great job of this, sort of pointing out what's coming up. But I've been pointing out to site people that I think tomorrow is a pretty important number. Obviously, everybody's all obsessed with the inflation data right now, and what's this going to print? We did have a producer price print that came in a little bit hotter than was expected. So, do we still see this what do you call it? I guess you're gonna call it heightened inflation. It was funny. And it's probably best practices not to get too sloppy. Some central banker clown called me out on using the term hyperinflation, because technically that's supposed to be like good, double digits, if not like 30, 40, 50% price inflation month over month. Let's hope to God we don't have to go there. But nonetheless, pretty inflationary environment we're in. Went to the grocery store again. Basically, the grocery bill has doubled since this whole COVID nonsense started. So I don't know how you equate that into inflation, but to me that sounds like 100% inflation year over year, or maybe 50% over 2 or 3 years. Anyway, challenging environment that we're in, and with the Fed, of course, it's not really Bitcoin specific, but I think it's super important, and I just, I keep mentioning it in the public videos, and of course on the daily site videos. There's an old adage in the market that says, "Do not fight the Fed." This would be all of the conversation about the Fed and the cost of money on the short term. Well, you can see prices are heading down. And really, I would make the argument that until we actually start to see these, the blue line here and the orange line here, till you actually start to see these things Wing out over a longer period of time. We just M'd out, right? That's what basically all this is up here. So it's going to be a while before this turns. In fact, I think that the turn officially comes there next summer, the end of next summer, the beginning of next fall. But I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a little bit of back and forth here. One thing I did notice, and actually Ben might even want it. Sounds like Ben's become a bit of a fan. But there is a gentleman who we like to follow at TRI, Larry Williams, who was pointing out that earlier on in the year that he figured that the market needed to bottom here around this time of year. In fact, we put out a blog post to that effect. Let's see, where's the best place to show you that? And I think, with regard to crypto, we probably should keep an eye on this. This is a bit bothersome, what's coming out of our indicators here, but let's hope that, that doesn't spill over for too far. But Mr. Williams has been... he's been talking all year long about the Decennial report, which is actually, that was put together by, I think, by a guy named Graham or something like that, like forever ago. This is like one of Warren Buffett's favorite indicators. And this basically just says what happens in the year of twos. Usually that's a pretty good roadmap, right? This would be like an average over all those years that end in 2, and also 2, no pun intended. I really like this report because this report also takes into the political situation. And the guy who's in charge of the White House down in the States right now, he's got a bit of a challenge ahead of him here this coming November, because I think you're going to see a reactionary vote, which, is having all the Democrats come sweeping into power there 2 years ago was a reactionary vote to Mr. Trump and his craziness. So now, unfortunately, under a couple years of socialism and this absolute insane runaway inflation, do we get a reactionary vote going the other direction, to somehow stop this runaway socialism? And the the socialist dream is kind of like, hey, let's just be fair to everybody. But the problem is, if you don't have any money, and you just start going and spending money blindly, what you're really doing is you're eroding the purchasing power of whatever money it is that you have currently, which I know sounds a bit odd. So, seeing I'm not allowed to use the term hyperinflation, but we'll call it heightened inflation of the past few months, right? Interest rates, absolute runaway train. I get the feeling that the American voter is going to be like, okay, whoa, enough of runaway socialism. This is getting insane. And then, to that effect, Mr. Williams made the argument that earlier on in the year, because we've been following his talks, he's a regular contributor on stockcharts.com. It's not really crypto related, but interesting enough, because crypto is so tightly tied to risk assets nowadays, it's probably worth your time to go check out Mr. Williams. So there you can see 12th of October, pretty new. His updated conversation. And, I use stockcharts.com, and I recommend stockcharts.com to a lot of my students in the education program if you want to do stock or market kind of stuff. So, I don't know whether they even mind me mentioning this, but I would fully endorse stockcharts.com. Anyway, so Mr. Williams kind of suggesting, you see the picture, right? Picture says 1,000 words. So I don't really need to overspeak this. This is what the Decennial report says we do into the end of the year. So you tell me. Should we maybe think that there might just be a rally in our not too distant future? And also interesting too, Paul even mentioned this before we got going tonight, and I hate to say it, I think there's a sense of validity to it, that the markets themselves right now, they're not happy at all. They are right on their knees, right? And probably that's not the best image to see. Even Bitcoin, it's right on its knees. Could we have maybe a little period of outperformance here? What's interesting is this right here, this line that you see is it was drawn off of the original bottom from last cycle. Right there. Boom, boom. I mean, this is the definition of market structure bottoms. So, it's interesting to see how the market acted through the crisis, dumped through, rallied back, it became resistance. Then we go and put in a W, we break out above, and then it becomes killer support. So, I mean, I'm not saying that that's going to happen this go round, but nonetheless, look how it's acting as support. Boink, 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 boink. Jumped up above. Could we revisit that? I mean, that'll give us a rally from current levels. We're at about 19 and change. That could take us up to 22, maybe even as high as, go and test these highs from back there in September. I mean, it wouldn't be totally outlandish. And I guess the only reason why I mention that is I do find it a little bit interesting that the market, the Bitcoin itself, just straight down for the past week. The stock market itself coming straight down over the past week or two. Almost feels as though we're getting a little bit washed out to the downside. Maybe we're overdue for a little bit of a rally here. So anyway, we'll see how it goes. Only time will tell. This is an inflation number, so it's not really, I mean, they are, and of course all these government reported econs are highly subject to revision and change over time. So you just wonder whether maybe the market just feels like it's a little bit too overdone to the downside. I don't know. Anyway, as Paul is going to probably attest to, our opinions probably aren't worth a hell of a lot. Maybe we ought to just concentrate on trading trade setups. I gotta say, from a trader's perspective, if I was looking at this as a trading range, and remember the market likes to range about a good 70-80% of the time. Hell, you could even draw something like that. You can see dips down against the bottom end of the range. They were bought up, and rallies up to the top end of the range were sold off. And here we are playing with the bottom end of a range. So, especially if we get that econ, it's some sort of initial puke out dump, but then you notice that things sort of stabilize and they just go sideways. Geez, that could set up a really nice long entry. So anyway, that is floating out there in my eyes. I don't know whether I have enough to actually call a bottom just yet. This almost looks like an inverted head and shoulders off of the short term. And I guess the one thing that I would point out, and I've been telling people this, we're at a very interesting inflection point here off of the daily charts, which might suggest there could be a bit of a rally. I'm not going to completely discount it, especially with that decennial report. If I just do a simple market structure trend line and draw this off of the high here, notice where this trend line is in relation to where we are right now. So this is a log chart. Maybe I'll flip it back to a regular chart so you can see. So on a regular chart, you can see boom, boom, boom. Whoa, hello. That's kind of interesting. We do have a rule around TRI that we don't really want to take a trade on a trend line breakout. And I think this is probably a really good, like if you're watching the video and saying, well, Brian, your opinions, market goes up, market goes down, aside, I'm here to try and learn TA on the cheap. So teach me something here that I can feel as though I got something out of this for free. So just write this down, and here's a perfect example. This trend line's been prevailing right off the top, right? This is basically the downtrend. And quite literally, we just broke through it, but we haven't W'd out yet. I would say, though, that if you can see a W come in here, oh boy, that could be very, very bullish. So I don't know whether I have enough yet to actually call a bottom, but the case is definitely building. And when we get to Paul and his commentary, I think Paul is a very, very good sort of trader that is there hunting trades every day of the week. And if a market ranges 70 to 80% of the time, odds are you're probably going to be range trading. That means you're going to be selling against highs. The top end of the range, you're going to be buying against lows. So I'd be curious to see whether Paul did actually go short last week, and is he thinking about going long now? But I suppose we'll wait for his report to hear that. So on balance, I'd also say too, I was going through the lists with the site peeps today, and actually this, ironic enough, is my stock sheet. And we're looking at a bunch of the crypto stocks. They don't look terrible. I mean, I suppose the biggest, where the hell's the damn crypto stocks? Biggest crypto stock probably out there now is this Coinbase. Here we are. 69.95, down 21 cents on the day. Kind of a non-event day. But that doesn't really look overly bullish or bearish. It almost looks like it's just caught right in the middle of a trading range. So could we get a period where coin can rally, with the stock market into the end of the year? Maybe something like, whoops, what happened to my drawing tool? Something like that into the end of the year. It's not unrealistic. Wicks and tails like to be eaten. There's a little bit of a gap right there, so that could be filled in. There's also another gap there. There's also just a gap there from the other day. But also, too, and actually, the chart on the downside doesn't look too bad. No gaps here. Looks like there was a little bit of a gap here, but that was filled in. No gaps here. So it's not a terrible looking chart. And I suppose the traders, I'll comment on this. I suppose we'll leave Bitcoin and individual cryptos to Paul. But, that swing trading kind of thesis, what I just simply tell people is just try and force yourself to be thinking long in reload zones. And lo and behold, look at what came in down here. Down, up, down, breakout. Right. So, there is a W working there. There's also, interesting enough, looks like almost a key reversal. So this W is coming in. There's obviously a lot of interest in this stock down here around 60 some odd bucks. Blockchain companies like no, that's not what I'm trying to say. The ETFs that basically track Bitcoin. It's kind of a mixed bag, eh? We are flirting with these kilos here. That's 1790, and right now here we made a low 1797, 1792. So we're flirting with trouble here. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. And usually what I don't know whether I'd really be looking at these monstrous berry BCDs, but I do see stuff like A to B and C to D, which would basically bring us down and wash us through these lows. But kind of like what I was saying there with the corn, maybe what you have is nice little head and shoulders, and we do something like that. That wouldn't surprise me. Just keep in mind that the election year, this is the second year new Democrat president. It's the dotted line here, and I'm just wondering whether it needs to be one more FU before that election, before we kick into Larry's big rally there. So that's sort of the state of the market right now in my eyes. Suppose also too, I like to, and actually on the weekends I've been playing around with Rumble. Just FYI. I think I'll try and put these videos on the website too. Because I've been putting the Rumble websites on there. Somebody asked. I was like, oh yeah, I never even thought of that. But just to be diversified, I don't want YouTube to have like some sort of power position over us so that, you know, we are mindless YouTube slaves. I created another website, although I can't seem to see it on here for some reason. Why is it not there? It should be on here. This Rumble. Yeah, this is it here. And I do. I used to do this survey when I was a commodities broker, where just every week I would survey what the weekly trends are in things like currencies, stock indexes, fixed income. And interestingly enough, this past week's review was specifically, although it doesn't really say here, but specifically this last week's review was on the currencies. And so you can go and watch that as well. I think it's on the Twitter feed. I also put it on the site videos as well. So anyway, I don't want to get off topic too much, but I did do a weekly review of Bitcoin on the Rumble page. So you can always check out that anytime you're interested, just to hear Brian sort of what the hell is he thinking. But, you know, the message is pretty straightforward. Unfortunately, from a commodity trader's perspective, I don't really think there's a hell of a lot for us to get excited about. Like I like to, if I'm going to do that, I will pull up a weekly chart. So let's see what we got here. We'll go weekly. The weekly commodity trend survey list. I've got the Bitcoin and Ethereum on there, and really the simple message, just to keep this as simple as possible, is what is the relationship between the 13 EMA and the 30 SMA on the weekly charts? Yeah, we could have a nice little counter trend rally. I mean, hell, we could maybe even come up and kiss that 200 SMA from the other side. That could very easily happen. But unfortunately, as you can see, as of about a year or so ago, that trend is down. And it's egregiously down too. So there really isn't a hell of a lot of bullishness in this market right now. And I might even argue for Joe Sixpack, for the public, you don't really want to try and be this hero. You don't want to try and be the guy that says, this is the bottom. I declare this the bottom. Because I'll tell you, when that happens, Jesus, 9 times out of 10, well, I mean, hell, maybe 9 times out of 10 you're going to be right. But there will be that 1 out of 10 times, and that's the guy that actually ends up suing you. Because, hey, you promised that this was going to happen, and it didn't, and oh boy. Interesting. I suppose we'll pop back on. We'll go back in time here a moment. Adam is saying we should do a Foggenbaum off of that coin chart. You can see how I've been participating in coin on the way down here. Was that this one? Which chart was that? Was that this one? Foggenbaum off of that huge top there. Is that where we are now? Although something doesn't look right about this. Maybe I was doing this off a daily chart or something. Day. And I'm, for whatever it's worth, full disclosure, I am accumulating coin. Because I do believe that this will be the future of crypto, whether you really like it or not, unfortunately. I suppose we could probably do a big Foggenbaum off of that. What would 2.618s be? Say down into there, and then chaos. Boom. Well, there's 2.618 all the way down there. I don't know about that. There is a little Foggenbaum right up in here. So that one's 877. That would explain why we... And actually, it looks like the market respected 2.618, 4669s, and now 877s. If anything, what should happen here then is you should get a bounce back from here all the way up into this area. And this doesn't show it, but actually I did some more buying on this thing down here too. So anyway, I'm not really here to tout this. You know what might be interesting is to do Foggenbaum's going up now. So maybe something like, if this holds, and those will be some targets, and that would make sense. Test to the old highs, and then right into that gap there, 4.669. So anyway. Okay, so back to what I was saying there a minute ago. Weekly commodity trend survey. Still think that this market's pointing down on a trend, like a weekly trend basis. And that really won't change until these moving averages change their relationship. Now, a couple good things to point out. Everybody who's followed me for a while knows that markets don't really like to stay stupidly oversold like this for too long, especially on a weekly price chart. So also too, if we look back in previous cycles, usually the bear slide is about 52 weeks. So you notice here we are at, what does that number say? I think it says about 48 weeks, eh? Where is that? That's right here. What does that number say? 48 weeks, 336 days. So anyway you slice it, and I think I've shown you guys this before. We don't need to get into too much detail about this stuff. But I guess well. I mean, this is a chart that I've been showing people a lot lately. Well, no, actually, this is a different one. That's not the one I want to show you. But anyway, there's our next happening. There's the last cycle. I know this chart probably looks like an absolute mess. You can't see this. I wanted to show you a chart that actually shows us a little bit better. Where are we here? Macro. Okay. So which one is it? It's not that one. And actually, somebody sent me. I want to show you something cool too. I think it was this one. This one I want. Yeah, that's the one I want. So, we're getting awfully late in this correction. We're within some sort of 6-month window of some sort of major bottom here. So, if anything, we should all go, phew, it's about frickin' time. Because we've been doing these shows for basically the past year, right? What's this? This is episode 63 or something? And really, to all intents and purposes, we started this show right at the top of the market. And hats off to the, guys like Ben who've shown up here every single week. At least now Ben can say, I have now officially been through one full bear cycle. So I know exactly what these damn bear cycles look like. What do you think, Ben? You got a pretty good idea what a Bitcoin bear cycle looks like?
I waited a long time for that Bangkok check.
Yeah, that's right. This
There
is
it
him. This is exactly Ben. We even talked about this forever. I mean, the sad part about it is he's going, well, when does that one happen?
Yeah.
And this is interesting that I mentioned this because think about this number, right? This is like 13,000, right? And somebody actually sent me the gentleman who originally put this script together, and I was so proud of him because he's such a smart guy. I really miss him in my life. So, Shane, if you're watching this later, get your ass back to Vancouver and let's get back to our regular monthly feasts. Those were so much fun. Where the hell did I put that damn tweet? Oh, isn't that funny? I could have sworn on the wrong page. Oh, isn't that bizarre? I know I tweeted it out because I even now that's interesting. Maybe Shane deleted it. Oh, maybe it was a tweet and reply. Is that what happened? Oh, yeah, it was. So, this gentleman, Shane, super sweetheart, Miss him terribly. Anyway, he was the one who originally put this. I can't see that. It sucks. He put this study together. Let's see if I can zoom in on this. Whoops. Oh, crap. Anyway, you can sort of see that. Where he sort of figured out what the cost of production for the various different mining rigs are. I know this looks terrible. I'm sorry. Come on the site and get an updated version. He posted in the lounge. And I think the newest one, this S19 XP. Oh, that just looks terrible. God, that looks horrible. Let's see if I can find that thing in the lounge. I was pretty impressed with where is Shane? How long ago was that? I think it was today. Where are you, Shane? Fred. Shane, there he is. Yeah, there's the picture. Let's see if this is any better. Hey, look at that. You can actually see the darn numbers. All right, so S19 XP, I think that's like the super hot latest crypto mining rig you can get. I don't know. I'm not that smart at this stuff, but Shane is. I think also too, Cotter on the site, he's super jazzed about mining and stuff, so he might have a debate about this. But anyway, interesting how that number comes out at about $6,500. So I did notice that last halvening, before this was the COVID dump nonsense. But the last halvening was just before this. Let's see if I can show you that image. So remember that $6,400 number. Just keep that in the back of your mind. So that last halvening, and this is Shane's original study that he shared with us forever ago. I suppose it probably needs updating. Where the hell is it? It's in here somewhere. Bitcoin, no. Cost of production. There we are. All right, so, and I remember distinctly this. We were, on the site debating, as price was coming down here in 2018, 2019 bottom. Where was the bottom going to be? And it's interesting here, you can see these were the most up-to-date miners. And I kind of noticed that, like if you look at these numbers, this is like, what's that? That's about $2,000, somewhere in there. And the price itself ultimately bottomed at like 3,000 and change. And that makes a lot of sense to me because, coming from the commodities industry, you very rarely ever see commodities actually trading below cost of production because then there wouldn't be any business model for anybody to be in the commodity business. So commodities usually actually trade at a slight premium. I mean, that's the whole point of the profit margin, to be in the business of mining gold or silver or whatever. It's only when markets get into like the very extreme ranges of these damn Jupiter-Saturn cross events. And now you can all say you've lived through this. So each and every one of you that's been a student of mine that is watching this video, you have no excuses. Now when I make the Jupiter-Saturn cross reference, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And you know how fucking stupid these idiot humans get. And just common sense just goes right out the fucking window. It just drives you crazy. So anyway, the point being that through the Jupiter-Saturn crosses, logic just goes right out the window. And people believe, like substitute drama teachers can be leaders of countries. Yeah, right. Anyway, back to our story. Point being that this I actually think is a relatively accurate bottom in that it came in at about a 50% premium over sort of like base cost of production. And I kind of like that thinking. And so if we think about Shane's 6,500, and, this is going to be like the absolute most up-to-date. They're still turning a profit. And if we bottom at, I really like this little zone right in here, this high and this low. And you could argue, institutional fingerprint, where did they last stop any selling pressure and really cranked up the buy? That was basically this consolidation battle. And if we look at the real-time chart, right, that's basically where are we here? That's this battle zone right in here. And you notice that interesting. Look, the difficulty just ticked up violently here. I wonder what happened. Do you guys notice that? I wonder, is that my study? Something changed there? I noticed that Shane just posted a new cost of production study. I don't know whether that's the same one or not, though. Isn't that interesting? Do you guys have this script running? And did you see a bump up there in cost of production? Where is that? I don't see it on Shane's here. Do you guys are any of you guys running that cost of production script? And actually, is Shane, are you here? Maybe Shane, are you over on the YouTube page? Anyway, there's a blink. Let's see what that is. Maybe that's him. Yes, Brian, you're a stupid idiot. Hey, there he is. Let's see what he's saying. Yep, saw that. Used market for miners has been very interested this month. Interesting. All right. So I actually asked him if he could send me over what the metrics are for mining, what numbers he's using. I've got on here the S19, so I need to add his super duper S19 XP, the next version. I do find it interesting. I'm not quite sure what just happened. Maybe over the next week or so we'll find out. But something just happened to these miners. I guess, if you understand the mining algorithm, I think the difficulty rate just jumped back up there. So I wonder if a whole bunch of those Chinese miners are coming back online now. I don't know. Anyway, that's an interesting development. I wasn't expecting that. But the point that I guess I would just say here, 6,500 on Shane's sort of super duper low cost, highest tech miner, and a 50% premium to actual spot prices. Well, lo and behold, that would basically take us down into this traffic area that I'm talking about. I thought I had that chart zoomed in here. Anyway, I guess I don't. But back into... sorry, I'm screwing up now. Back into this area. So 6,500 times 1.5 is basically about 910 Gs, right? So the bottom of that range is 98.50. Top end of that range is 12.4. Now, I wouldn't be surprised, typical Bitcoin, the actual bottoming candle looks like something like that with a just horrendous tail. Maybe the actual bottoming candle, when you look back over time, it looks something like this. So what I've suggested to people, and I'll refrain from speaking too much more after this. I think what I'm thinking here trend-wise. So trend is definitely still down. Where is value? We've talked lots about the market coming down into cost of production levels. Probably also too if we do things like reload zones, 78.6, 88.6. Markets love to bottom here. I've told you repeatedly over time, what I often see happen is the darn market will actually, end up bottoming right off that darn 78.6 level down over time. But don't be surprised if you see some sort of crazy ass knucklehead candle that has just the most ridiculous tail. And of course, while the market's dumping, everybody's freaking out. And of course, people are going to be like, oh, Bitcoin's going to zero, Bitcoin's going to zero, all that nonsense. And exactly what Manolo says there. Manolo? Am I pronouncing it? Manolo says there. I think it behooves you, if you really are serious about this crazy game, what you have to do is you literally have to be selling when other people are yelling. So that means that when we were going up like this, and people, and there were monstrous bearish divergences in RSI, and people are saying, don't worry about technical analysis, just buy, it'll make money. You gotta be selling into there. You just have to be. It's difficult. I'm not going to say it's easy. Most of the people, all right, take it easy, Paul. I was just about to pop on over to you, but I'll blab away for another 5 minutes. But in essence, this is an example. When they're yelling, you should be selling. All right. Now the exact opposite scenario. As I had said there a moment ago, and really, I really like this weekly chart. The market is getting oversold slightly. RSI actually hit an officially oversold level. Look at the last time it hit that oversold level. Gee whiz, that was the bottom there. Looks like we had an oversold reading here. Be interesting to see where price was, $216. So the writing's on the walls. As I had said there a moment ago, we're a hell of a lot closer to the bottom than we are the top. Here we are. I mean, if we just overlay these semicircles, we are into the semicircle. Now, do you have to see another 50% haircut in price? That could definitely be the case. So what you really have to do, and this has been sort of my message of late, although I know it's extremely difficult for people, is I think you actually, if you are serious about Bitcoin and you really like the Bitcoin story, then you got to put yourself on a Bitcoin savings plan. That was this tweet. The good part about this, right? I mean, a huge hurdle to this investing game is you buy something, but then you don't know where the hell to sell it. So, and I mean, I suppose the people that bought here, in fact, there was somebody on the YouTube page speaking to Adam's interview there that we had in Portugal, and I'd really like to find that. But speaking to that interview, there was even another person that even came back afterward, if I'm not mistaken. I think Josh even reposted it. Sort of saying along the lines of, here. A lot of people, they came in 2017, they made a ton of money. Thank you, Adam. It's under the BTC Cycles video. Okay, yeah, now I remember, yeah. So they made a ton of money, but unfortunately they ended up giving it all right back because they don't know when to sell. When are you supposed to actually take profits? So one of the easiest things to do as an investor, it just sets you up for success, is I'm not going to tell you the market where it's going to bottom. I'm not going to tell the market where it's going to top. I'll maybe listen to this crazy crackpot on YouTube, buy reload zones, try and be an institutions buy down market. So I want to teach you how to be an institution. Force yourself to buy down markets. And then if you do happen to see that the market does start to rally, as soon as you see it double in price, it's the most simplest thing you can ever do in the marketplace is you just simply say, if the asset doubles in price, I let half of it go. What you do with the rest, that's up to you. And if you ever do get to the point where you can sell half on a double, then it gives you an incredibly powerful position in the market. You have no risk on whatever you've got left. I mean, incredibly powerful position. Maybe this silly thing goes to the moon. $100 million a coin. Well, if you bought two down here, and you let one go at double the price, which is not unrealistic, even this scenario, just going and buying now, seeing a 50% retracement of this range is not unrealistic whatsoever. It puts you into an absolutely bulletproof position. And that's more like the financial planner in me trying to talk to you guys versus a oh, you know, I'm going to go buy a Lambo with my 100x, 1000x leverage trades. This is just sound money management principles. I would also couple this, though, with the idea that, I mean, frankly speaking, looking at this market state here, this market needs a lot of work before I would actually even say that it's bullish. I think that it's got to break this downtrend line, kind of like what we showed you off of other charts here. Where was that one? This trend line I was showing you? Oh, there was this one or not. Too many charts. My head's going to explode. Yeah, this downtrend line. I mean, we got to get over a year, and we got to put bullish structure in over on the other side of this. There's a hell of a lot of lifting that this market has to do before it is actually officially bullish in my eyes. And I would actually say the statistical odds of you actually saying, yes, this is the bottom, and it actually being the bottom are extremely low. Yeah, I wish you luck. If you want to get into that game, fine. I would actually say from a financial planning perspective, don't do that to yourself. It's too stressful. And then what happens if you're wrong? You look like a total idiot. And then people at like family dinners laugh at you and stuff. Do you really want to get into that business? Try and keep the hair on the top of your head. And try and keep from going gray or white. Have you seen what that Chair Powell guy looks like? I don't want hair like that. Gee whiz. I want my nice, handsome, brown locks as long as possible. Anyway, so how do you sort of deal with that? Well, why can't you just put yourself on a plan that, you know, you hear this darn Beamish guy ranting about how, you know, we're a hell of a lot closer to the bottom than we are at the top. And, you know, I tell you repeatedly, guys like Simon Dixon, who I think is a pretty respected guy in the space. And every time I've ever heard him talk, he always says 70 to 80% corrections, just buy. That's your time to start buying. And frankly speaking, I think it's just a nice simple rule of thumb. Ironically enough, Bitcoin's actually a rise-only market, so you get 70, 80% corrections. It's almost like guaranteed to make money. Although you're not allowed to say that, please consult your financial advisor as to the appropriateness of that statement in your financial plan. No guarantees from the management, right? We all know that. Anyway, the point of the matter here is we are now back down into green boxes. So is it not too difficult to just say, screw it, Brian, I'm not going to try and outsmart the smarties. I'm just going to put myself on what we call a dollar cost averaging plan, DCA. And there you go. While you're doing your DCA plan, Tinder Hot XZ will have us all masturbating to his wonderful shill that he's trying to share with us. Thank you, Tinder Hot XYZ. And actually, I'm still waiting for when I can use my Verge coins to masturbate with. They're terrible lubrication. Tinder Hot XYZ, best adult dating site ever. Oh yeah, and it's gone. Oh, my penis is gone. What happened? Oh well. So, is it not too difficult just to throw... Thank you, Cole. Well said. Oh, and here come the strippers, and now somebody's brought a donkey in? Oh, fuck, this is going to get ugly. All right, back to our story. I sure hope Ben's kids are in bed now. It can be embarrassing. Daddy, what does he mean by that? Oh, goodness. I get myself into so much trouble with these public shows.
Yeah, she's fast asleep.
Oh, good. Well, even Ben right now is going, oh, Brian, you're going to make me blush. Anyway, why not put yourself on a dollar cost averaging plan? Take all the thinking out of this and just say, you know, on once a month basis, now that crazy Beamish guy has said we're down into reload zones, I'm not chasing. I like the Bitcoin story. We know that there's a big fundamental event that'll get everybody all circle jerking again in the future. And I've got a pretty darn good shot that I can see a doubling of this price, whether my average cost is this right here, and so there's your 50% rule, or whether maybe we have to dip down lower and your average cost is somewhere down in these areas, and these are your respective 50% targets. Totally doable. Get that double, get that risk-free trade. It's the financial planner talking. It's not the, hey, we're all driving Lambos. What you do with the rest, maybe that can be Lambos. But just get yourself that risk-free trade. And that's really what I think the opportunity is now. And how ironic. Where are all those damn YouTuber shillers? Where is fucking Alan and his Ethiopian shillers of Dogecoin? Where are all the DeFi crazies? Like, I mean, this is the market now. You know, like this phrase says on here, this is the only business when stuff goes on sale, nobody wants to buy. So how ironic. We are now in a buying window, and I think we're in here for like the next 6-8 months. Do you think anybody in the public is going to be interested in this stuff? Do you think that the institutional players, Joey Diamonds, who of course want your Bitcoins, do you think they're going to be encouraging you to sell? Are they going to be freaking you out about tax this and tax that and regulator this and regulator that? You know what? Just go buy your Bitcoins, put them on a USB device, go bury them in the backyard, you know, duplicate your private keys so at least you know what the hell how to get to them, and nobody can touch them. They'll just sit there in the backyard. Bitcoin goes to $1 million. Well, you know, the rest of the story writes itself. Okay, rant. And of course, if you really want to learn how to trade, you know, we have people that bang out doubles on these very natural 50% retracements. Then the market dips back down against the lows, and we go and buy the whole position right back. You know, our second car. I remember on the 17-18 crypto cycle, I had some coins that I had like literally, we used to actually have like, you know, every time you do one of those trades, you buy, sell half on a double, boom, that's what we call a free car. And quite literally, I don't even know what they're called. Car trucks. But we had like literally people oh geez, look at that. I don't know what the hell's going on there. As markets were moving higher, geez, I can't even show you now. They would have like these trucks of cars. Geez, now I can't even show you. Anyway, yeah, I think you all know what I'm talking about. Maybe car carrying trucks. Yeah, they'd have these things where we'd have like literally, well, that was one car, then it backed up into a reload zone, so we bought another, then it's rallied up to 50% level, so we sold half on a double. We got another car and another car and another car, and then when the market goes crazy, of course, boom, you make a gazillion dollars. And that's how I did things, just in case you're curious and you're watching this video and you're like, how the fuck did this guy do this? That was basically the premise behind this, where I started with like 1.25 Bitcoin back in 2015, somewhere in there, 2014, 2015. And by the time the damn thing topped out, we were well over 36 Bitcoins. And of course, Bitcoin went up to like 20 Gs. I mean, it's a bit silly. It's over the top, but that's how you do it, right? That was like $500 into a gazillion dollars, right? It's just loading up on these cars. And this is an incredibly simple way of approaching the market. This is not rocket science. Where the hell's damn chart? This chart. This isn't rocket science. It's slow and steady, and it's something everybody can do. And the irony of it all, nobody's that interested in Bitcoin right now. So what a surprise. This is actually the time that you should be doing it. So go figure. Okay, rant. I blabbed on there for an hour. Sorry, guys. I really didn't expect to go that deep. I really do like having Paul and Ben's contribution in the shows. So, Paul, do you want to talk to us a little bit about lower time frame trading and how you're sort of positioning your guys of late? Is he here? Maybe he's out having cigarettes.
No, I'm here.
There he is. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, why not?
All right.
I'll share my screen.
Shall we jump into your presentation?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to stop screen sharing. Boom. There is P for Paul, and here he comes, Crypto Traders Arena. And I gotta say, Paul's every week it's getting a little bit slicker, a little bit slicker. I tell you, he's gonna be ready for Wall Street pretty soon here. All right, I'm gonna put myself on mute. Tell us this story, sir. What did you do in this past week?
And last week, this is about last week, but we'll get there. So last week and the group, really nice results. 9 trades, 7 wins, 2 losses, 0 scratches, 12% profit. Keep in mind this is statistic made with entries, with ideas posted with entry, stop loss, and take profit. We post more than 9 ideas, but we count only the complete one. So last week was a really nice one. 12% in a week. It's a good result for me. And this newsletter, not too much is changed from the last newsletter. On the weekly chart, same idea. Back in the 2017 all-time highs, buying opportunity.
Sorry,
What?
dude, I kind of fucked that up.
What?
I had the wrong screen on.
No, it's the good one now.
Yeah,
I see on
we're on the
YouTube.
correct screen now. So my apologies, everybody. Paul was chit chatting away there about his statistical performance this past week. I don't know if you want to scroll back up just to show people that trade record, and I'll put
Yeah.
myself on mute again. Sorry about that, dude.
No, not a problem. So 9 trades, 7 wins, 2 scratches, 12% profit. Nice results. And on the weekly chart, same idea in last newsletter. Nice reload zone. 2017 all-time highs is pretty close. But in the same time, I feel the same vibe like in from the 6K to 3K in 2018. I don't say we'll go a haircut of 50%, but same vibes. Everyone is expecting this level to hold now. We'll see. I'll trade my level by level, but on the daily chart, same idea. Reload zone and another reload zone. You see this trend line. We are the other side of the trend line. Just testing the initial W from 18 to 18.5, something like that. Nice location for a long, but we need more than that. We have divergence, but we need a structure. We need a new W now, in my opinion. You see the indicators on this daily chart. Bullish divergence in RSI. OBV is lagging, but still, we had a bullish divergence in this area. On 4-hour chart, same range. It's a bit old, this range now, but we'll play the range game until this range will be broken. You can see it's 1 month old now, this range. At the moment I made this print screen was 19,500. Now is 19 at the middle of the range, even below. I was expecting a test of below the middle of the range. We got that. Now I'm waiting for the news with the inflation numbers, and I'm hoping for a bounce. I'm hunting for a long at this moment. I will put the exact chart at the end. Bitcoin dominance, not too much. Just a bounce from the bottom of the range, and we are still ranging in this area. Not too much volatility in this chart and Bitcoin dominance. 41, 40, something like that is really stable. Ethereum versus Bitcoin on 4-day chart. In the middle of the range, I'm expecting a retest of this initial W. at the bottom of the range, but at this moment we are still in the same area, middle of the range. Not too much volatility in the last week, so I'm just waiting for a retest of this level, and then I'll reassess and try to frame a to have a clear idea where we're going. Total two, Bitcoin, all altcoins without Bitcoin. Same idea from couple of weeks ago, just an reload and another reload zone, nice location, but same idea. We don't have any volatility in this chart now. The calendar for this week, and we are still expecting the inflation rate today in my time zone, so tomorrow in Brian's time zone. I like the fact that the market is going down before the news. So if the numbers came out as expected, maybe you can get a bounce after the report. Usually, that I noticed that will happen. If the market goes down before the news, usually goes up after the news. I think altcoin.
Super
I,
cool observation, Paul. That's a really cool observation.
Altcoin, I'm preferring to wait on altcoins. I'm waiting for a W at least on daily chart to hunt long setups. At the retest of the W, eventually it's better to wait for a retest, to wait for the breakout, and then a retest of the W. Investors, like Brian said, DCA and Little Old Lady plan uh, in full speed. Yeah, you can dollar cost average. Yeah, you can use little nibbles to buy and favorite altcoins. Definitely, we have location for that. I have some ideas. I had some ideas now. This one secret had a nice pump, some news. Now is below this level. Until I'll get a clear W, I don't do anything on this chart. Now it's just testing the lows at this moment. So still waiting. Really nice location, but I need a W. Atom. I was waiting for a LJ in pump chaser zone. Now exactly now we are in the pump chaser zone, but I still don't have a W. Same idea. I'm waiting for a W, and then I could put a long. KNC, really nice dump. Now is below the lows, so nothing to do in this one. I'm waiting for a daily W, and I'll try to enter at the retest of the W, not at the breakout, at the retest. Solana, I was hoping for an LJ Sunday. We still don't have a W. Nice location, really nice one. Reload zone. Maybe we can get a W at 78.6. You know, the altcoins they like to bounce from 78.6. If I see a nice W at 78.6, yeah, I'll be interested to put along. At this moment, I'm just waiting. After the news, maybe if I get a W. Trading condition, in my opinion, they are on the hard mode, maximum 1% per trade. This week I did 1% and even 0.5% on scalping level. Not a nice market to risk too much. So it's enough if I risk zero point 0.5 and I have 5 or 6 trades in a day and I have 2% profit in a day. It's really nice for me. I don't even 1%. I'm okay with that. I put this one recently. The volatility has come out from the crypto market. After a period of calm and low volatility, usually a violent move follows. You saw Bitcoin is like a stable coin. Altcoins, the same idea. Usually, after the volatility is out, you'll get a violent move, and we can get that after the news, or even at the news, a violent move. And my every week message, treat trading like a business, and market will treat you like a king. That's it on weekly newsletter. I want to show you something a bit interesting in my view. Brian said we'll test this bank of check, this level and this level. If you put the Bitcoin versus money supply, we tested the 2019, 2017 all-time highs already. We are at the 2019 all-time highs. So in this area, now if you compare the charts with a simple chart of Bitcoin and this one, if you put the money supply in equation, it's like we'll have a 14K price now, 12 to 14K price. So keep in mind that everyone is expecting. Yeah, yeah, this one, yeah, yeah, approximately, yeah, 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 this one, yeah. That will mean 12K in real price or 10K, something like that. So yeah, and with log or without log, the action is this approximately the same. We are in the nice area of buying opportunity. You can see if you'll touch this line versus money supply, it could be a really nice buying opportunity at this level.
Yeah.
Uh,
Wicked.
And you can see even on this chart with versus money supply, we have this trend line from the top.
Yeah.
We are the other side of the trend line. If I put a daily chart, you can see we are just waiting for a W, the other side of the trend line now.
So what
So
bothers me there is that that recent low 2 bars ago was lower than that previous low.
this one on this one,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, versus money supply, yeah. But these
So
lows still hold. This low,
it's a very interesting level we're coming into, at
yeah.
the
On
very
this chart,
least.
my interest, first area of interest will be this candle body lows. I'm
Yeah, I
waiting for
kind
a small W.
of Abra 629. I didn't take my microphone off on OBS. Sorry about that, but I did now. So
So looks nice. Keep in mind versus money supply, we have a really nice buying opportunity. If you like that, let's go on a shorter time frame and let's see something like that on 4 hour chart. I saw something on Ripple. Someone asked me about a daily, a daily bot. I don't like the this touch of the 50 line, so for me this one is not valid anymore. We're already out from this one, but we can you can frame a 4 hour chart, a different one from this level, something like this on 4 hour chart, and you can see we have on this level 4 hour chart. You can see one low, two lows, three lows, maybe or maybe not, but you see the price is going back to this W area. So I like that for a continuation on a Ripple chart. Maybe we can get that. I'm hoping for a nice bot setup. If I could clone this one and go to this level. And no, I guess this one, this smaller one was about that is not valid anymore. Sorry about that. I'll do it again. So from this level to this level, and we can go and do the bot 1 and bot 2. 1 second. So we have this one clone. Let's do it exactly. I usually put the second part. You can see we are exactly at the 66 level. If you close below this level, that will invalidate. Someone asked me about that. I will invalidate the bot. I don't think, Brian, you like the below 66 level. I know, from what I know, when it goes below 66 is not a valid bot anymore.
Right. I'd also be
Yeah.
worried too if you zoom out on that. If you just draw a really simple trend line off of the lows, you might
Yeah.
actually be getting into things like LJ setup, bearish
Yeah, for
LJ
a short
setups.
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw that.
There, yeah, off of that low, yeah. So
Yeah,
that's looking a little bothersome. So if anything, you know what that is? That's a bearish bot.
yeah,
You could actually measure it out, and then that'll give you a downside target. And I think the downside target is a test of like the 42 area.
yeah. Something on this line just seems
Yeah,
like
like
you'll
you could
form
do
a
a
range in this area.
a bear. Yeah, like yeah. Right now the market is in a trading range. So it
Yeah,
just got
something.
rejected off of the top. It put in head and shoulders top there, off of the
Yeah,
top of the range. That looks pretty damn solid as resistance now.
yeah, and a
And
nice support in this area.
now you could do a bear A B C D from the top down to that reaction low, and then we just put in a new M here, so you can project that AB line off of the new M, and it'll give you your downside objective. Yeah. So again, and you could probably do like a reload zone. Since this is a trading range, then that means that you could draw a fib from that high back down to that low and do like reload zones. So, maybe what you want to do, there you go. What you want to do is you want to just go into super stalking mode right
Yeah,
down there against those lows. And this looks to me like, what's the scuttlebutt coming out of Asia right now? Or does anybody know? And what happened with that change in difficulty there? So something just
I
happened
noticed
there.
that on Twitter. I noticed a lot of people they're talking about that.
So
I don't
yeah,
know exactly why, but it's a real move in the chart.
yeah,
Something difficulty increased recently.
right. You could also make an argument that that's also a really big head and shoulders, where the A to
Yeah,
B line is your neckline. So do you see the
this is the
bearish
left
A B
shoulder.
C D that we
The,
just drew?
yeah,
That
this will be the left shoulder. This is the head, and now we're trying to form a
Well, even a smaller one, right? Where you could say the low from the seventh there is your neckline. Yeah,
this
that
one.
low. No, the next bar's low. Yeah, that's the neckline. So
Yeah,
what directly to the left of where your mouse is, that's a shoulder. Directly
exactly. This
to
is,
the right is the head. We just came
yeah,
back down to the neckline and we just carved the right shoulder. So that will actually give you a huge downside target down
yeah,
into the 30s.
yeah.
So I'd be careful with this one. This one looks like, and like, what does momentum look like? Is momentum sort of
And for
trending?
our chart, is trying to put a bullish one. We had no
Look at the
only a
nasty
potential one.
bear. Look at the nasty bear div though. That's all confirmed. That is like 3 or 4 highs. So So
This
I
one,
think,
yeah,
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 boom, 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 boom. So that was a pretty big failure in momentum there.
yeah.
Anyway,
We we made
I'd be
nice money
careful
with
with
the Ripple
this.
last week, so I would recommend to leave it alone a little bit. Let this range play a little bit more, consolidate, and we'll get a nice level again if the story picks up again with Ripple.
Right. And
We are long
really,
in this area. We are making money all the way up.
yeah.
Even I caught this W, so now it's a bit late to long the Ripple story. You see the double top, so
Well, you just said
it's
it right
better.
there. What's the letter of the alphabet that you probably want to see here first?
A W if you want to buy,
So if you
but
change that chart to a line chart, what letter of the alphabet do we see right now
I see
staring
a lot
us in
of
the
M's
face?
lately, and this if it goes below this level could be a really big M.
Yeah. So be careful here,
So
folks.
yeah, we had our trades on
Yeah.
in the last 2 weeks, nice, but now it's a bit late for this story, in my opinion.
Also, too, this thing has a big legal suit with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission.
Yeah, that was the news. They managed to get an agreement or something like that. That's why the Ripple was pumping in the last 2 weeks.
Well, right. So the pump was the fact that it was some sort of class action suit,
Yeah,
and it was going to go to a judge. And what you're telling me is they actually have settled with the SEC?
yeah, something like that. That was
Well,
the
so
that was
that
the pump.
if that's the news, so the rumor by the rumor was all, oh my God, these guys got the SEC by the short and curlies. The news is, well, the SEC is now officially settled. If that's
Yeah,
it, then there's no more reason to pump this thing,
exactly. Buy the rumor, sell the news.
right? And what I would
So
do is do a reload zone off of that whole range, and
I'll
78.6 is probably right down against original W's.
I'll do it on this one. I
Yeah.
prefer to do it on this one.
Yeah, so can you see how there's that original W there? It's a big one, eh?
Yeah,
Is there
this
no
level.
reason why we can't go down and Benkoff check that original W level?
This level could be a nice level to keep in mind for
Totally.
and hunt for a W at this level.
Yeah. You might want to change that to a log scale, see if it changes the implications of the bottom at all. And then if you
No.
really want to screw around, compare it to the M2 money supply.
Yeah, on 4 hour chart, I
What
don't
do you
know.
think, Ben? Does that qualify as a Benkoff check for you?
Yeah, I'll take it.
All right, there you go. You
So
could
on
even
four
do an
hour,
uptrend line off. Whoa, that's interesting. What's that? Oh, that's algo.
yeah,
Yeah, so algo looks like what Ripple's going to look like in about 3 or 4 days.
yeah, nice location. I was expecting for that's why I like the LJ. I was expecting for a W, but no W, just kissing this trend line all the way down.
Isn't that
And now
remarkable?
I didn't understand.
Isn't it remarkable when price does that?
Yeah,
It's
and now
just
we have a
stunning.
nice location, but you see some potential divergence.
Oh man, look at all those M's though. Jesus, M's
Yeah, I'm,
everywhere.
I'm waiting for a clear W, and then I'll wait for a breakout, and then at the retest, I'll hunt along.
Well, and that's
It's
the
really
thing. What
ugly.
happens if your W comes in below the trend line? Then,
Mm,
like that's what happened there in late September, early October. And I think a lot of people probably got trapped by that.
yeah. So we have Atom, same idea. Now it's below trend line.
Hey,
Yeah, this one motherfucker is keep going up.
EGLD. Yeah, look at that.
Equal,
Wow.
yeah. We
Solid.
had a nice trade on this one. We closed half at 2.5. And now we are just waiting. Seems like a diamond pattern. But if the market will go down, this one will go down also. Maybe a retest of this original W would be a
Well,
nice.
this would be a good example of adding a second car.
Yeah.
So you could draw a fib off of that high back down to the low, draw your reload zones, and take the profits that you said that you took profits on,
Yeah.
and look to buy that position back at whatever that discounted price is.
Exactly I would prefer to enter exactly at the same level on this
How
one.
ironic, eh? You're gonna get the
Yeah.
same damn trade over and over and over.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I had some
happens a
news
lot, folks.
in November or something like that. I saw a lot of influencers talk about e-gold, so I guess it's okay to hunt along, but now it's a bit late. Wait for a reload zone.
Yeah, you can't chase that there. That'd be dangerous.
Yeah.
Somebody wants you to look at HBAR.
Just a second. I was talking about KNC.
Oh, okay.
You see exactly the idea behind is new lows, nothing to do. It's just putting new lows. Just
Hey.
testing this big gap from this part from 2020. So yeah, we have location, but only the location. I don't touch that until I see a clear W
Yeah, what's
and a
scary
retest.
there is that looks like change that to a log scale,
Yeah,
and then
it's a
you'll
log
see.
scale already.
So
Could
can
be
you
an
see?
AB equals CD. No?
Wow, can you see the head and shoulders? So those lows are the neckline, and the left shoulder is from the previous cycle.
Yeah, ugly one if
Yeah.
you consider this one.
So do you
I
see? Yeah,
will
do you
go
see?
below zero, below zero if I put the target for this head and shoulder.
That's even a log scale too, eh?
Yeah,
Is it really? That doesn't look log.
yeah, it's a log scale.
Oh, son of a gun. Huh.
Yeah.
Well, if that's a head and shoulders off the log scale, you're right, man. That does not look good at all.
No, ugly. You see this dumping and in this area straight down, and now the same idea straight down.
Did somebody just was there an insider or something that just massively dumped or something? Like what?
I guess something like that.
Because
I
look
don't
how
remember
vicious
it.
that selling is. That selling is like somebody just pulled the carpet out from underneath this
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. In May they just
That
cleaned
is
the.
that not the definition of sell in May and walk away?
Yeah,
Fuck. Ouch. But even recently, look how violently this thing dumped. So,
yeah. Really ugly. Lost this level, nice yam, and straight down.
brutal.
And the level was just a short reload. The DCM was a short reload zone from this move up to this move down. So,
Oh, there you go.
and you see the look left, you see the
Yeah.
resistance area. So,
You know,
nothing to do.
Rares from Romania, his wife, I think it's his wife. Man, she loves that look left concept. That's so cool.
So, someone wants to look at
We had a request for H bar,
each bar. Yeah,
and
I'll
then
take a look.
after that, we got another one for you.
Yeah, this one looks a bit different. It's a log scale. This is all the chart. I like that.
Well,
Yeah,
you're definitely
nice.
down at the bottom end of the range, so that's good.
Yeah, that looks nice. OBV looks okay. Let's see the price action in the last couple of weeks. Yeah. If you want to put a limit order at this level for on this W, on little old lady or even for a swing trade, you have the clear W. But I'll prefer a reload zone now to hunt a trade.
Huh.
We have a W, we have confirmation of the W. Now let's just hunt for a retest.
Yeah, nice
Something
reload
like that.
zone.
Yeah, so
That
I'll
works.
wait in this. You see the candle body highs on this one could be a nice opportunity to buy some. Looks
So
nice.
there you go. That was
And we have
for
bullish divergence on RSI and MACD. OBV, no, but we have some W action. So
that
Willie
was
was
for
oversold.
Talal. Talal asked for that. Said, hope I didn't screw things up. Said H bar partnered with LG, Ubisoft, Google, and they are building dexes. So good news so far.
Yeah, but you know what happens at the news? Buy the rumor, sell the news. So wait for a retracement, wait and reload zone. We don't chase markets.
Yeah, yeah, that's sage advice. Maybe you could print that off and we could throw that on the spreadsheet. What do you think, Ben? Would that be kind of a good one?
With indicators
Yeah,
or
absolutely.
without indicators?
Ladies' choice.
Who's the lady?
You
Okay,
ask.
I'll answer. Yeah, do it with the indicators. Totally awesome.
And Paul, if you want to just drop me the link to the image, and I'll pop it in.
Yeah, why not? Something on these lines or zoom in
Well, I
something?
thought the lady asked for the indicators. What the hell, man?
Yeah, okay.
I don't care either way. I gave you your choice. You could do either one. You were just... All right, well, that's good. Good research. That looks like that's totally viable. So not a bad idea.
Looks nice.
All right. Adam is asking for GRT. He says he got stopped out.
So he's not asking. I put in the lounge the chat. I'll put it in.
Do we want to put that
I'll
in our
go.
little in our group room?
Yeah.
Okay.
So GRT on the was stopped out. I think he's not asking. GRT USDT.
Well, probably good thing you got stopped out of there, my friend. That looks a bit dangerous.
I usually when I have this kind of price action, I use alarms to stop me out. So I'll get an alarm. I don't use a hard stop loss in the market. If I am on the spot market, you'll see often you'll get a fake out move, stop everyone out, and then we'll form a W and go up again.
Yeah.
Let's see indicators. So you see, we have some bullish divergence, and MACD. Even on RSI, we have something small. OBV still looks okay, I guess. Just testing this consolidation area. So I don't know on this one. I prefer to use a alarm for a stop loss, and I'll manually close the trade if I see a close on 4-hour chart below the lows.
Well, so there you are on your daily chart. Did the 4-hour close below that low?
Let's see. No, not yet.
This is right at that level.
Yeah, we have 1.5 hours until.
I'm chicken shit by nature, Adam, so I have no problem whatsoever if you want to hop off on the sidelines there and let the dust settle.
Yeah, it's okay, but my view is usually you'll see in altcoins they'll hunt liquidity, they'll hunt stop losses, they'll just put a wick, stop everyone out, and then we'll go down, we'll go up again.
Sure.
So I prefer a candle body close on 4-hour or daily chart, and I'll manually close the position after that.
So someone's asking you, Paul, is there any particular time of day that you like to buy your crypto, or does it make no difference?
On scalping level or
I don't know.
I'm scalping day trading on London session and New York session.
So
because my time zone
we have a concept called kill zones, where as a broker I used to have a rule that says never trust the first hour of trading, because usually that's where these FU moves happen. So I don't know where you are in the world, but when London opens, it's 12 midnight my time on Vancouver, so Pacific Coast. What time is it when London opens in Romania?
10 a.m.
10 a.m. What a perfect time of day, eh? Perfect.
Exactly. I'm just looking at the market to see the levels.
Right.
put in the daily video, and after that, I'm hunting setups on day trading. Usually, what I frame in the London will get to the take profit or be stopped out in the New York.
And then the New York session, so that's the same logic.
Yeah.
Never trust the first hour of trading. So when that market opens, that is for me. I mean, it's 9 o'clock. I guess 9:30 a.m. in New York. It's 6:30 a.m. for me on the West Coast. What time is that in Romania?
When the New York session is opening, it's 3:30 p.m. and the stock market it's 4:30 p.m.
Right.
Something like that.
So there's your references there, Crypto Gun. Hope that helps.
So on day trading, yeah, I'm trading the London and the New York session.
Yeah. And what a lucky bastard. That's half the reason why I want to move to Europe. So I'm sick and tired of having to fucking trade
Yeah,
in
but
the
you
middle
saw
of the night.
the Portugal, they want to put taxes on crypto now, so
Well, that's
and big
assuming you're
ones.
trading crypto. Who said I'm trading crypto?
Yeah.
I hold on to crypto for 1 full year, so I don't pay taxes in Germany.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's nice.
that is interesting. Somebody just posted in the lounge, Seattle-based crypto exchange Bitterex, who, frankly speaking, we should really be calling them Shitterex. But they just got hit with the record fine from, I don't know whether it was the U.S. SEC or the Treasury Department. Oh, it says Treasury Department accuses them of helping people in Syria and Iran and Sudan. And they hit them with a fine, it looks like here, for $24 million. So there is that to consider. Of course, being a Canadian, I'm rather disappointed in the way those fuckheads blew themselves up. So, but anyway, no comment. Well, I guess that was a pretty big comment, wasn't it? Sorry, everyone. But I think everybody and their brother hates Shitterex. Those guys are dickheads.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're now looking at Alpha. Is Alpha connected with these, or is this another name that you're interested in on its
No,
own?
just another name I was looking at 4-hour chart is in a reload zone. We had a nice trade, 2-1. Now I'm just looking for another long. We have location, so that's nice. And I was looking on 1-hour chart. Let's see, maybe I could get some bullish divergence. And we have some on MACD and RSI. Let's see a W in the reload zone. I don't like the OBV. That's the only thing I don't like on this one. But if I manage to get a nice W, why not?
Well, the only thing I would suggest is maybe let those divergences actually confirm themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
It's potential, but that's all
Yeah.
it is. What I see is a whole bunch of M's there. So,
Yeah.
you could do an ABCD off of that recent failure there, and that's projecting a bit lower here. So be careful.
This one, something
Yeah,
like
right
that.
over there. And then take that
Yeah.
off of the rally high, and it'll give you a.
Yeah, or give me below my
Yeah, so
reload
where does
zone.
that take us?
Let me see.
Yeah.
Just original W's.
Well, it'd be interesting to see if there are any gaps. Actually, I've noticed that a lot of these USDT charts, not many gaps. It's pretty actually
Yeah.
clean action.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that doji butt low there. In fact, that looks like it's a Joby gap setup. Yeah, right there. Is that a gap off of that doji?
I don't think so. I'll have to really zoom in and see.
Oh, it looks pretty damn
Here is
close.
here is
There's
a
a
gap.
All right.
Yeah.
So be careful.
But
You know,
lower, I don't see any gap.
Anybody who's watching this video and you're not too familiar with trading, and you're like, hey, I want to learn something from this video. Write this down. All right. Oh, look at that one right there. Boom. There's two
This
gaps
one, yeah,
there.
is
There's one there, and then there's one
one.
below. Right
Yeah.
there.
This one was
So
filled already, but
statistically, 91.4% of the time, these gaps get filled in. That's a pretty damn big number. So
yeah,
just be aware of that, right? And I think, like kind of like my comment earlier about just throwing in a bunch of stinky bids on Bitcoin. So this is where, if you're like, well, where should I throw in my stink bids on this name if I want to get something cheap? Hunting for these gap levels is a really cool way to think about working stink bids and levels to work stink bids.
yeah,
Yeah, I like that. Probably also too. What's an 88.6 off of that original range? I bet you that's where
yeah,
that ABCD is.
exactly. AB equals CD probably.
Yeah, right down in there. So.
Yeah,
Also, too, I think it's important all of you guys remember that we're heading into the time of year, especially in about 1 month's time, where people are going to be talking a lot about tax loss selling season. So we might, if we're really lucky, we get a nice little bounce here over the short term. But if you do happen to see that markets are rolling over and you're wondering why these venture cap markets do this into the end of the year, and a lot of these altcoins really behave very poorly into the end of December, just understand that there could be a lot of downside tax loss selling pressure. Like, what was the price of this thing back in January?
last year
Yeah.
or this year. I'll have to
Wherever
go and.
January was. Where was January?
Mm,
All right, so you tell me, if somebody had just gone and made a whole shitload of money in one name, yeah, there it is there, and they were staring at a huge capital gains bill, does it not make sense that they might look at this and say, I could sell this thing at a loss and it
yeah,
will offset those taxes that are going to be owed on that gain from the other idea?
yep,
So just be aware, if you're not too familiar with this whole trading and investing and how capital gains taxes work, this is a very normal function of what happens into the end of the year. And it's one of the key reasons why the fall usually has really crappy price action in the market. September historically is the worst performing month in the stock market. So,
yeah,
all right, an interesting level. So if this thing can turn down in here, awesome.
yeah.
But
If
I'm from
not,
Missouri. I think I'd want to see the turn before I go jumping in.
yeah, exactly. I want a W and I want to break
And I
out
want it
from the
now.
W. No, 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 no. I'm patient. I'll scalp on 5 minutes if I want something now.
Okay.
I'm patient with altcoins. I'm not using lower than 1 hour time frame on altcoins usually.
That's fine.
I'm scalping on Bitcoin and Ethereum if I want
Yeah.
some action. But
Okay,
on
well,
this
that's
one,
kind
I
of
need the
cool that
W.
I'm sorry?
On this one, I need a W breakout and then a retest to get me long.
Mm.
Even at this point. Same idea. Let market prove me he wants to go back up.
All right, somebody wants you to take a look at Algo. I think you were looking at Algo earlier, weren't you?
Yeah, I was looking at Algo.
Yeah, same story. I mean, you could argue
Yeah,
there's a bear ABCD working there. We're probably getting
yeah,
pretty close to it. Its objective.
yeah. It's close to the objective already.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So a nice stab against those lows, you might be able to get some cheap coins here. There you go. Yeah,
something
perfect.
like that.
So there's your level. You could probably do a fib. Well, I guess that's what that 78.6 is, eh? And
Yeah, and
what do you think
I'll
the
prefer
odds
this
are
level.
that ABCD target is an 88.6? I bet it is.
Pretty much. And candle body lows. So
Yeah, it's not a bad
same
level.
idea.
There you
Yeah,
go. So, Juan Jun, I don't know if we're pronouncing your name correctly. I hope we are. I think that's a pretty workable level down in there. It's not a bad
yeah.
idea.
I like the candle body lows in this
Yeah,
area for trade location. So if I'll get a smaller time frame, I'll get a nice W. Yeah, why not?
yeah.
On 1 hour chart, I guess we have some potential bullish divergence, but mm, not yet.
Gonna need some work.
Yeah, not yet. No, I don't like
But
that.
what is it now? It's almost 8 o'clock. The inflation number comes out in about 9 hours.
Yeah, we still have time.
So could over that 9 hour period you start forming some sort of bull div? Maybe.
No, 1 hour, 1 hour chart. Yeah, on 4 hour chart. I don't know.
No, no, yeah, yeah. All right. Well, and I think there's a like our crypto universe. Um, we have a weekly commodity trend survey on the site that we do, and geez, I think almost every single one of them is basically saying it's in a buy location.
Yeah,
So I think a lot of crypto, and that Larry Williams video that I made reference to earlier, a lot of the market is in a buyable trade area. We just got to have a reason to be bullish.
yeah.
Maybe
I
that
said about.
inflation number comes in weak tomorrow. That might just give the market a reason to rally.
I was saying about this this range. I'm waiting to get some. It's a lot of liquidity in these weeks, so this area is really nice for hunting longs,
What
and
you
I'm
might
hunting.
find is this inflation number prints. It's ugly. The market dumps into your magnet and
Yeah,
then pivots. All right, I
I'm
could see
waiting for
that.
something like that.
All right, I could definitely see something like that.
I'm waiting. I have a limit order for that.
There you
Let's
go.
see.
Trading like a boss.
Yeah, let's see. But now, middle of the range, yeah, we have some bullish divergence, really confirmed on 4 hour chart, on at least on Binance chart. You can see on MACD histogram we have a bullish divergence already confirmed.
That's
Willie was
interesting.
oversold. Just
From
give
the
me a clear
the whole
W.
range there, is that not a 61.8? See, when I drew that whole range, I thought for certain you'd be interested in buying this area.
Yeah, if I draw a reload zone from this low to this high,
Yeah.
the whole range, I guess just a bit above reload. Let's see.
Yeah, see, there's your 61.8. I
Yeah.
thought for certain you'd be buying that level.
This before the news? No.
Well, that's good. I like that thinking. That's smart.
Before the news? No.
All right, I like that.
Uh,
I like that
They are
thinking.
good. They are a big and important news. At least the market consider them important. So no, I'll wait.
Yeah.
I'll wait this time. On let's say without news and 1 hour chart and 50-minute chart, yeah, I'll hunt Mountain Man and I'll I love Mountain Man and LJ, but on this time frame, keep in mind the news and the middle of the range. No, we have a bullish divergence on MACD, but that's it. We have a W on RSI, but it's the first one. A small W on OBV, but needs maybe a bank of check. So no, I'm waiting. Too much liquidity in this area at 78.6 and below, from 78.6 to 88.6.
Yeah.
A lot of weeks they need some fields, and the market makers they have to make some money. They
Yeah.
have kids also,
All
so
right. You mean they're not police officers too?
no. They need some to make some money. They are forced to be in the market all the time to provide liquidity, so they need to be paid for that. Too much, in my opinion, but it is what it is.
Okay. Well, Ben, what do you think? Anything you can add to this conversation here?
No, not particular. I mean, yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. Just sort of waiting to see how the rest of October goes before making any big commitments. Yeah.
All
But that's all. It's all good stuff. Yeah, that was awesome, Paul.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's
Someone
very good.
said, and look at weekly on Algo. Yeah, I'm looking at weekly.
If anything, I don't like if you change that to a line chart. I don't think we've actually bottomed there yet. Dangerous here when you assume these bottoms.
Yeah, we have a first W, but keep in mind the bear markets tend to last longer, and this accumulation could take a long time. We have the bullish divergence on MACD, but look at RSI, OBV, Will is still oversold. I don't know. In my opinion, I think we need more consolidation at this level or even below.
What's a popular? Well, let's see. What is TRI like in altcoin land? The top five for us here are Matic. That's interesting. What does Matic look like to you? MATIC. And really, the best rating we have is at 61% right now, which is not very strong. So
on weekly chart.
Yeah, I don't know. That's nothing really to get too excited about.
No, it just confirmed an EM on weekly chart. Yeah. It definitely is not a location for a short, but it's an EM still. So at least you don't buy when you see an EM.
Yeah, but this looks like is maybe a harmonic pattern. So,
and take a look at this one from 19 to 21. Look at the price action.
Yeah.
The big money, the smart money, they are long from this area.
Yeah, where's Ben? Can you zoom in on that? We can see where Ben's breakout level. There it is. Yeah.
This one. So
yeah, that breakout.
A long way down to go.
Yeah.
If I take a look.
It's a bit dangerous.
Yeah, ugly. No.
Okay, we've got XMR. Did you look at XMR? I don't think
Monero.
This is our number one coin right now, and I think it's because it's a privacy name.
Let's remove this one. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That doesn't.
On weekly chart, I don't see anything interesting. Maybe on daily, I could see something different. Yeah, a lot of VMs. No. Wait a reload zone.
There's just nothing there. I don't
see anything. Just wait and reload zone 78.6. You see, it's a nice level. You see the bottom.
Yeah.
So
78.6,
even 88.6.
We already looked at Cripple.
Yeah.
What's Mr. Musk look like? Doge.
Ooh. Doge. Doge looks like Doge. I had some ink on this one. I'll delete it and do it another.
Looks like Doge poo.
Yeah. Not too much.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
Yeah, we have location on this one, but I guess that's it.
Yeah.
Definitely have some location. Close to 78.6 candle body lows, but give me a W and give me some divergence. Give me something to work on. No.
Yeah.
Even on 4-hour chart, if I take a look, this tail looks ugly, and this one also below 78.6. So no, I don't have anything to work on. Only location.
All right,
no,
and then our final one on our list, and really this doesn't really look too. Oh, here's some alts that are looking strong. What's FUN? Fun. That's given a pretty strong reading.
Fun USDT. Fun fair. Yeah, why not?
Well,
location, and that's it.
Yeah, so this is a good one where if you want to just sit and watch for a W to come in there, if a W fires there, then I think this thing could go.
Yeah.
But you just got to wait for the W to come in.
I have all the history. Still could go. This is the breakout. The big W. Still could go.
I don't think there's a buy signal yet. It would have to
20% lower.
On a Wing.
But definitely you have some upside potential on this one. 10x.
Yep. That's
So for a little
10x.
lady guy, it's a good level.
Well, do you really want to be a hero here? Probably want to wait for that W to come in.
Yeah.
Interesting. BUSD, USDS, BUSD, and BUSD. Those are the top names in our crypto universe. Those are all
USD,
stable coins, aren't they?
USD versus.
They're all stable coins.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's see. We got there's three different BUSDs. So what's the first one? The first one is BUSD versus Brazilian Real. BUSD BRL. Now there's a trade. Isn't this fascinating? You can actually play the international currency markets verse through these stable coins. Now that's kind of weird, eh? Yeah, I don't know whether you want to or not, but you could.
No. Yeah, I could, but I prefer not to. I prefer Bitcoin.
Like that looks like a bullish bot setup. So
Yeah,
anyway,
but
all
look at
right.
this bot setup. Look at this one.
We got
Great.
USDS. I don't know what the hell that is. That looks like a shit coin. USDS.
Stable USD versus
Stably.
stable USD. Yeah, I don't know.
Ah, it's garbage.
It's
Okay.
Bitrex, but
We
maybe
got
that one.
BUSD versus UAH. What the fuck is that? Anyway, system loves BUSD versus UAH.
This one?
Yeah, what is that, I wonder? Look at that thing. Damn, straight up.
Mm.
Yeah, that looks like a bull market.
Yeah, but
Wonder
definitely
what
I
the
don't
hell
know
that
what.
is.
Yeah.
UAH. Who knows what that is? So, I mean, this is the cool thing about Sjord, right? Is he just basically tracks everything in crypto.
Yeah.
And then the last one that he likes here, the top five. Oh, this makes sense. The BUSD versus the Turkish lira, TRY. Do you think that would be bullish? Boom.
Look
Look
at
at
that.
that, eh? Holy moly. What a
Oh
move.
my gosh.
So, how ironic. You could actually play the international currency markets through crypto.
Yeah, through Binance you can do that. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, but if you like forex, if you love forex, why not?
Sure. What the hell, eh?
Yeah.
And that's the one thing I really love about this universe, this engine that we've built, is that I can literally list the entire crypto universe. I think Sjord covers 2,700 different names, and I can literally list them and then just look at charts, just one after the other, for that entire universe from best to worst. It's such a cool screening tool. So that was just the top five, and unfortunately, I'll just hijack the screen for a moment, folks. There is the crypto universe, big nasty M's right across the board here. That's a bad sign. So, but check this out. We got 2,729 names in our universe. And I can actually, what's so cool, so this is like alphabetical, so all the numbered coins, they're starting off. But I can actually go and basically sort the entire 2,600 names. And there are all those names. So actually, that's interesting. The name I wanted you to actually look at, according to this, is Fun versus ETH. So that's actually what the system really likes there. I have no idea what that is. Can you punch up Fun versus ETH? Yeah, there it is. Funfair versus Ethereum. Now
Yeah,
that's an
different.
interesting looking chart, eh?
Yeah, this was a different story.
Yeah. So I got to
I
tell you, man, this tool that Sjord has built is just next level. And geez, there's a ton of names here for you to look at. We talked, of course, about the stable coins versus the Brazilian real. GBT, what the hell is that thing? GBYTE. What the hell that is? GBYTE. Anyway, looks like, yeah, see what it looks like. GBY. Y, not W. Y. No, not V. Y. You're close. Not I. Y.
I don't.
Y for yellow.
Yeah.
I don't think. Hey, there he is. You got it.
Exactly.
Look at this. This is like a Uniswap name. Anyway,
GBY.
GBYTE versus BTC, which is fascinating. So he wants to do it
GBY
versus
versus BTC.
Yeah, there it is. Oh, it's on
Only on
Shitterix.
Bittrex.
Yeah, well, Shitterix. What do you? And if anything, maybe that makes sense, right? They pay that ridiculous fine, and then they just business as usual. Let's go rip off a whole bunch more people.
Yeah.
I'm so disappointed in that place. They're totally unethical. Terrible place. But what a great analogy of crypto. Perfect analogy of crypto. Anyway. Okay, so it is past 8 o'clock. And frankly speaking, I think you did a fantastic job there tonight, Paul, driving the bus. So thank you very much.
Yeah, just my 2 cents.
As I had sort of said, leaving off, and I don't know whether you subscribe to the dashboard, so I'll just show the good people what TRI is seeing in crypto breadth. Broad of the market doesn't look very happy here, folks. There is our crypto top 30, and we went through those top 5 names in our crypto top 30: XMR, Matic, XRP, Doge, XLM. They don't look very good. You can see the M in our fast moving average. And there's the crypto universe that we just looked at there with Paul. There's all those fun little various different US dollar names versus other things. But again, look at that M. That M is nasty. And, for whatever it's worth, what I've noticed is that crypto, I think, is a fantastic leading indicator within the risk space. And, like they used to say semiconductors are the ultimate leading indicator in the stock market. And I do find it fascinating, just on sort of a side note here, that if you actually look at things like, how can we do this? I'll just do a new chart here. If we look at NVDA, as a semiconductor stock, do these people sell, graphics cards to the crypto community? I think so. You can see the trend in that. So I guess the question ultimately is, what's the correlation between something like an NVIDIA and something like a Bitcoin? Are they correlated? They look very correlated to me. So, we probably want to see W's in things like crypto, in things like the semiconductors, before we even think about bottoms in stock markets. So, whoops, we lost Paul's screen share. All right, I guess we'll put that back on there. Where are we here? How am I going to do that? Well, I guess we'll go over here, there. So I guess the question now is, it's time to do some predictions. Here is that Bitcoin NVIDIA chart I was just talking about, if you guys didn't see that before. I think they're pretty darn highly correlated, right? If I actually, here, let's put them on different scales, and you might find that they're even more. Yeah, there we go. Holy jeez, look how highly correlated those are. So, until we actually see Bitcoin actually W out and we see things like the semiconductors, That's NVIDIA, but we could probably also do it for the SOX, right, which is the Semiconductors Index. The SOX, there we are, iShares Semiconductors is the ETF. Same sort of story, right? And of course, heavily weighted in NVIDIA. So until this stuff actually starts Wing out, I think you just got to go really, really slowly, folks. And unfortunately, I don't know whether I was showing you on the screen or not, but there's the breadth indicator. The breadth indicator just went and M'd out violently here on both the top 30 and the entire universe. That can't be a good sign. If this indicator is worth anything, then what it's telling me here is just cool your jets. Don't need to be in a hurry to go and risk your hard-earned money, folks. Just be aware of that. Okay, don't mean to bias what the boys are going to say here this week, but let's check in and let's get some predictions. Oh, look at Ben's already voted. Is that Ben? I think that's Ben. Yep. No, I didn't affect your vote now, did I, sir? Oh, Ben, are you still here?
Yeah, always. I mean, I probably listen to you about 10 hours a week, so.
Okay. Sorry, dude. Maybe I do slightly affect you. My apologies. All right, so
It's all
Ben,
good.
you're going to go with sort of a muted to the downside vote, eh?
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Paul, I suppose you're probably going to be uber bullish still, eh?
On the principle, even a broken clock is right 2 times a day. I'll put a 2.
Okay.
So
If nothing else, sir, you're consistent.
eventually I'll be right.
And who gives a fuck if you're spitting out like 5 to 10% weekly returns? Just think
Yeah,
about
but
those numbers, people. If
that-
you compound that over a year or two, wow, those numbers get ridiculous.
Yeah, but
So,
that is setups, Brian, is not prediction.
there you
I'm playing
go.
setup.
What a perfect analogy of that statement, right? Our opinions are worthless, our setups are priceless. And Brian, I know, I'm actually surprised that I had a +1 reading because I thought I had actually done a -1, but oh well. Hindsight, of course, is 2020. My little sine wave, it was spot on this past week, so I should have probably been paying attention to it. So it's down. Our next meeting will be on 19th.
Yep.
So that is. I think I got a vote. I got a vote up. Believe it or not. So I guess I'll go conservative. We don't really need to go aggressive, but I'll do another one. So interesting how all three of us have diverged now. So, all right. Okay, so we made our grand predictions. It's well after 8 o'clock. I thought, what do you think, all you YouTubers? You feel like this was worth paying attention to? Hope you guys got some value out of tonight's offering. And I'm not quite sure. Keep in mind, everybody, if you are interested, half of the reason why I did this show to begin with was I wanted to... oh, isn't that weird? I don't have the YouTube page here. What I really wanted to do originally, and actually it should be in the description of this, is I wanted to buy a booth in Decentraland and just have these videos running 24/7, so anybody can just go in there anytime and watch these hours after hours after hours after hours of videos. So if you did find value in the project, the original aim still stays the same. We haven't raised a hell of a lot of money, but that's fine. I mean, it just is what it is. If you did find some value in this and you'd like to help us try and get this booth funded and up and running in Decentraland, and you feel like contributing, there's our ETH donation address. Knock yourself out. Other than that, really the whole point of this, PMA for the win. I know there were a couple times that I made reference to us, trying to impart information to you for free. And if you can learn, please, learn. That's the whole point of this exercise. We want to try and help you. So I would do yourself a favor and grab this app. I mean, not only does it have some great chart analysis, of course, you heard us earlier asking Ben to add charts as we're going along here. But also, too, whenever we're doing things like studies and special sort of reports on Bitcoin, Ben's also added them in here, too. And remember last week's conversation, I had just a ton of feedback about this, Ben. People love this. So hats off to you on that. This is such a cool little app. It's so freaking awesome. So do yourself a favor and grab it. Of course, it's totally free. PMA for the win. That's the whole point of this, right? We're all trying to get through this together and not have people like Shitterex, criminals in this space who really give Bitcoin and give crypto and the whole space a really bad name. I mean, you hear Paul. I mean, I've shown you what I've done in this space. I can't wait to see the kind of results that Ben ultimately comes up with. But you don't have to be a bad karma person. You can be a good karma person. Do really, really well in this space and then try and make a positive difference in this world. That's the whole point of this. All right, everybody. Look forward for that inflation number tomorrow. It should be pretty wild. Understand that crypto is flashing a bit of a cautionary message. I mean, hell, I'd love to see this turn around and go start Wing out and getting bullish. But until that does, I got to go slow on crypto here. As Paul suggested, there's a bunch of names that are painting levels. So keep your eyes for those levels. Keep your eyes for bullish confirmed divergences. And then, of course, hunt those W's. Actually, I think I've downloaded the job onto others recently. So I suppose what we probably ought to do first, though, is let's maybe do some closing thoughts. Paul, why don't we start with you? Of course, a man of many words. Any closing thoughts for these people tonight?
Yeah, investors start dollar cost averaging, traders play setups and risk management. 1% it's enough to play this market.
Good.
1% per trade, it's enough. Sometimes I go even on 0.5% per trade. So you don't need to sell your house or to put too much money in a trade to make a consistent profit.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier. Crypto top 30 that we follow. Look how many markets that are like 5 is saying it's not quite a buy. Like we had ETC actually go into a buy mode there. He's got actually a buy rating. Any kind of buy signals on the daily charts are lower on ETC. I could justify buying. Look at all these markets that are just waiting for the moving averages to turn back up. But they're all in acceptable trade location. I mean, that's every single one of these in our list is no longer up at the top end of the range. So what Paul was saying there, like if you are a little old lady, risk management type person, you're busy in your own career, you want to just go and put like 1% nibbles. I think the whole damn crypto market is in a buyable zone, just like he said. But if you're trading setups, just exactly like Paul said there, trade setups, right? If you're trading lower time frame, have your 3 unrelated reasons, define where you're going to get in, where if the market moves, you're going to take some profits and pay yourself. If the market moves and it's against you and it's proving you wrong, that you just declare that you were wrong and get the hell out. So sage words of advice, Paul, as always. Ben, what do you think? Any closing thoughts for these good people?
First of all, send some PMA to Brian and the boy tomorrow.
Thank
Always
you.
appreciate what you do, so love to get back. I did do a little bit of an update to the app. I don't know if you wanted to refresh and see if it might you might see it, but just as a thought, if you're interested, if you go to the bottom right, there's a little thing called the 72 screener.
Oh, cool.
And basically, just kind of using that chart that I did up and kind of showing where price is currently kind of consolidating. So how deep into the retracement it is, and therefore how much resistance it'll have to work through on the other side. So as you're scanning for ideas, you can kind of
the colors here coordinate with the colors here.
Yes.
Sick.
Yeah. And then there's a just if you click on through, it'll kind of give you a little image of kind of maybe what that looks like.
Color?
No, not that one. I'll actually remove that. But the link above it. The link above it, the chart link.
There's the chart. Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Damn, that's cool. You know, Ben's making your life so easy, everybody. This is ridiculous. This is like shooting fish in a barrel now.
So if you think this is a good idea, I can continue with it, and kind of as we go through different names, we can add them to the list. And there's a bunch of different ways you could do it. Maybe you could say, hey, I want to put my 5% allocation to orange ones, or maybe go 2% if it's yellow, and all the way down the list, or
sweet.
Yeah. However you want to use it.
But did you say that the further they are down, the less likely they are to make new highs?
Yeah, because of the amount of resistance it has to go through on the way up.
So there's Doge. So Doge is at green now. Is that saying it is going to new highs or not likely?
I think typically green was like, there was a couple that like whipped onto green in the last cycle, but typically around that 72 to 86 band was like a higher percentage. If it was consolidating in there, a higher percentage that it would go to new.
So what you really want to see is a nice weekly W in here, eh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So screw you, Alan. You suck.
And interestingly enough, we looked at Matic tonight. It has a long way down, but it's also encouraging to see that it's consolidating at a higher level. Well, it's making a little bounce off of a higher level, and so from that perspective, if Bitcoin did turn around soon, it's going to have less resistance on the upside.
Yeah, because like a bull ABCD from here up to here off of this low, that's going to take you right up to those old highs anyway. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, that takes you right up into there. Then it's just a hop, skip, and a jump to a new highs. Super cool. Oh, you guys are so lucky, man. I mean, it's interesting that there's so few people watching this video, but this is gold. Holy crap. Nice work, sir.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm so proud to work with you guys. Yeah, you guys are you're so fucking awesome. Everything is awesome, as Jörg would say. All right, why don't we leave it at that for tonight, folks? Thank you so much, gentlemen. Always a treat working with both of you. Gonna have to work on Paul's prediction skills, but if I understand correctly, he's killing it trading, so who gives a fuck? But PMA for the win. Thank you so much. And as I was saying earlier, I often let these other guys take us on out of here. I think tonight I'm going to take us on out of here. So with everything said, I hope you've enjoyed the offering. And, if you like the show, of course, hit the like button, subscribe. You want to know when future shows are coming on. Hit the little bell so you'll be notified. And of course, feel free if you've liked the conversation, We do this Monday to Friday, and then even on Sundays I do a free show on YouTube. But you can see, I mean, we have, what does that say, 131 pages of videos, and each of these videos is about an hour, 2 hours long. So you can come on over to the site and give us a test drive, 30-day trial. Doesn't cost you a penny. And if we're really lucky, maybe we'll get through to you, change the way that you think about the market and think about risking your hard-earned money. And the whole point of this is to make a positive difference in your lives. So with all that said, the only thing left for us to say here tonight, folks, is a big hearty bye for now.